everyone, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Alex.
And this is the Forest Family.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Baby, don't hurt me no more.
Hey everyone, so we're back and we're gonna do another family vlog today. And it's been a year of us making these vlogs because it's been a year of us being married. So if you're watching this on the day it's coming out, which would be on a Saturday, about a week ago or a week and a half ago, it was our 1 year anniversary. And we've been married now for a total of a year.
Go us!
We did it, we made it.
We did.
And we kind of thought that something interesting to share here on the vlog would be 5 lessons or things that we've learned during our first year of marriage. And we're just gonna kind of share them. Neither of us have read or seen the other ones. I know we've made remarks, I've made remarks about things that I've learned throughout the year, but neither of us really knows all 5 things that we've learned from each other. So we've written them down and we're gonna share them with each other. And some of them might be a little funny and some of them might be a little sappy. So, the first thing that I learned during our first year of marriage, this is actually the first thing I learned during our year of marriage. Phrasing is key.
Yes.
It's not just what you say anymore, how you say it, but it's the words of how you say it. And I learned that a really fun game to not play was, why do you do it like that?
I'm thinking.
I would just ask questions like, why are you doing it like that? Or what are you doing? Why are you doing it like that? And I would just see her face. Because it's the way I've always done it. And it was like, we're gonna stop asking those questions. So that was the first thing that I learned, is that the phrasing of how you're asking things or just saying things when they're is very important.
So I think it's funny because my first one has a lot to do with communication as well. So the first thing I learned was that I can't read his mind and he can't read mine. That is not a thing. But I think the biggest thing from this is that, we can't anticipate each other's every need. We need to talk about it. Especially with my brain, I have ADHD, so I need reminders out the wazoo. He can't read my mind, I can't read his mind. Over communicate everything.
So it's really funny that you talk about us not being able to read minds, because my next one was about when your wife, your girlfriend, your significant other asks you, what do you want for dinner? Or what do you want to watch this evening? Or what color do you want to paint the dining room? They're not really asking you what you want. It's more testing to see if you can read their mind, which we know we can't read minds. I've mastered the art of, I like that one too, sweetie.
It's a smart move right there. All right. So that was your second point?
That was my second one. I'm gonna share.
All right. So this is my second one. Sometimes you'll argue the same side of a point without realizing it, and that's okay. You will be in a full-blown argument before realizing at different points that you're both saying the same thing.
How many times have we done that this year?
So many times.
I think it's just because we're a champion of each other, so we really just want each other to win, so we just fight to win an argument. So that was your second?
That was my second.
You ready for my third? This is the key to making sure that your wife is happy. Your wife will always need or want one more book, one more glass of wine, one more plant.
One more pair of sneakers, one more video game. So my third. Marriage is going to teach you more about yourself than you might be ready for. Now, a lot of what I've learned is going to take some work, but it's also been really awesome to have a champion in my corner, championing me, because I've made a lot of moves and I made a lot of steps and a lot of progress that I don't think I would have been able to make otherwise. So I grew a lot more than I expected to.
You and I must have been on the same page when we were writing this. So my next one, because I didn't agree about it.
Yeah.
But so my next one was that the person you marry does not change. They're still the person that you know. They're always going to be the person that you know. they grow. And so do you. You're both going to grow. And I think as long as growing together is in your heart, then as you grow, you're going to grow stronger. Want to share your fourth?
Yes. So this isn't actually the fourth one that I wrote down, but I want to end on a better note than what it is. My husband was right, and I need to write stuff down. You know what? Your spouse is going to know things about you that you might not be able to see and recognize as easily. You need to remember to listen to them, even though you might think that it's old news.
This isn't my fifth point, but this is like just a thing I want to say is because there are many times where I've said something to Jocelyn about something that I've noticed it's a repetitive pattern. I think it's also important to tell your spouse that when you're saying that stuff, it's with love. It's not a picking on you thing. It's not a berating, because chances are they might have heard the same thing before, but it's not coming from a place of love. It's coming from a place of resentment or anger or frustration. So when I'm telling Justin, I think you need to write things down, it's not because I'm frustrated with her. It's because I love her and I want to see her succeed.
So
I mean, it's real easy to tell them, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you need to write things down.
Yes. When your spouse comes to you with something that they're saying out of love, you need to hear it with ears of love.
Ready for my last one?
Yes.
So this is something that I've had to learn, not just in my relationship with Jocelyn, but in my work relationships, my relationships with friends. You are not responsible for your partner's happiness, and neither are they responsible for yours. I'm a fixer. I like to fix things. If something's broken in the house, I want to fix it. If a piece of technology is broken, I want to fix it. If my wife is feeling upset, I want to fix it. And it's been a struggle to learn that I can't fix everything, but it's also not my job to fix everything. While I'm not responsible for Jocelyn's happiness, and she's not responsible for my happiness, we can both be there for one another. Be there to live through the good times and live through the bad times.
Love you.
Love you too.
So my last one is coming from a millennial woman in her late 20s who just got married, who has grown up in the age of the internet, right? It's really easy for us as a generation and the generations following to compare our lives to other people. But here's the thing. Each spouse is their own person. And you can't model your person after someone else's spouse. I can't do that myself. Also, keep that ring.
I don't think it's too that far away. But my ring finally came in
And
only a year later. I did get it before our 1 year anniversary though.
You did. And
It was a magic ring.
it was a magic ring. Maybe we'll tell you guys the story of the magic ring one day. But mine didn't.
Oh, and the other thing, Jocelyn's last name is finally LaForest. So one of the things that Jocelyn and I have been looking at doing here on the channel is featuring small businesses. So last month we featured one of my favorite stores, a Retro Junk down at Manchester Mall. And this month we are going to be featuring
One of my favorites because it has to do with food.
So one of the cool things that we've been checking out is Manchester Mall, here where we live, and they have this awesome little Manchester cheesecake company. And these little cheesecakes are absolutely to die for. There's one that Teresa makes, and it's called My Favorite Cookie. And it really is my favorite cookie because it's all about that chocolate and coconut goodness that the little girls can make. Oh, it's so good! And this place is just phenomenal. She makes all these phenomenal cheesecakes.
So she posts the flavors on her Instagram and her Facebook page the Wednesday before she starts selling. Every week she'll make a couple different flavors and make a big batch of every single one of them. She'll start selling on Thursday around 11-ish and noonish and go until she's out. It's always been a practice to stop by after work on a Thursday to make sure that we get his favorite cookie if it's out.
So if you're in the area, swing on by, check her out. She's at Manchester Mall on Main Street. So if you made it this far in the video, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe so you get that little notification bell.
And if you feel so inclined, go ahead and comment below with your favorite relationship advice that you've ever heard or experienced. Head on over to Spotify and check out Alex's albums under Alex Forrest, and find us on Instagram at Forrest Family.
And Alex Forrest Music. So stay tuned later this month for another vlog where Jocelyn and I will be tackling another challenge. Bye.
Bye.
Close my eyes, see your feet up on the dash. Empty wallet, no cash.